In a general picture of human life, we can imagine that we always face challenges in our lives. We can analyze our life's problems with our thinking system and then find solutions to our problems and ultimately solve them. But when we analyze a problem and gather the necessary information to solve it and find answers, we encounter problems in our minds. In this video, we want to explore these problems and their solutions. To know the deficiency in our thinking system, we need to look at the process of thinking. In a specific time period, such as a week, we can consider a part of our thinking system as an empty transparent bubble. This section is our memory. In this section, over the course of a week, we gradually fill our memory and mind space through our senses and the ideas that come to our minds. These thoughts in the mind, they can be anything such as decisions that we have to make for various life issues, ideas, problems, news, planning for exams, or whatever. Here, the more the number of these thoughts in the memory increases, the more restless our mind is. The thoughts here are irregular, unclassified, and undecided, and we can consider these thoughts like a string from a tangled spool. So each thought is a strand of this tangled thread spool. And until we consciously categorize these thoughts, there will be no peace, comfortable sleep, and progress. Here one thread asks us to make an important decision, and another thread asks us to plan for studying. This thread is related to the news that was on TV last night. And the rest of the disciplines are thoughts that must be consciously examined and the necessary decisions made about them so that thread and its decision can be classified in our minds. If the assignment of these threads is not clear, our mind will still lack peace. Here you need to solve problems with the help of your mind. Let's do this to calm down again. To do this, we need to go and grab the head of a thread of thought. We need to take the thread of these thoughts and separate all the related information from the rest of the information and thoughts, so that we can focus on that thought, which anything can be like a problem in a quiet place. And if we need information to solve it, we can find that information. And finally, we can make the best decision to solve it, get in trouble. But here's a problem. We realize that due to the large number of threads of thought and other information, it's very difficult to directly go to a thread and separate it from the others and analyze it separately. It means that in the mind, we cannot focus well on the thought that we should independently concentrate on. We know that to make a good decision, each thought must be separated from other thoughts and analyzed independently. It means to investigate the cause of that thought and take the necessary decisions by obtaining the necessary information. Of course, we said that something else is needed, and that thing is a quiet and secluded place to solve this complicated issue. But doing this within the mind is very difficult, because examining a thought inside the mind and calming down other disturbing thoughts and information is a difficult task, and other thoughts hinder our proper analysis. So what should we do? The answer is that we must write. Here, this strand of thought prompts us to plan for exams. We will start to writing about this thread, and in this case, we will take the head of this thread of thought and start writing the information we have about it. For example, how much time do I have until the exams start? What tasks waste my time and should be eliminated? How is my academic situation? And in which lessons do I need to spend more time? Gradually, we bring all this irregular train of thought in an orderly manner on paper, which means we create that quiet place. Now the thread of thought and information about it have separated from other threads of thought. So we analyze it with focus, find the necessary information to solve it, and make the best decision to solve it. For example, for studying, I have 2 weeks until the exams start. So, I will stop night parties until the end of the exams, and now I am in a relatively good state. And I have a problem in math. In this way, we transformed an irregular train of thought into an orderly one. Now our mind calmed down a bit, but still our mind it is crowded. So we should do the same for other strands of thought. These thoughts can be anything like an idea, a problem, or a decision. We start by taking the head of a thread of thought and pulling it out. It means by writing about it, we're actually pulling out this thread of thought, and we start analyzing it and gathering the necessary information about it, and then make the best decision. So writing makes thoughts in the mind regular and allows us to calm our minds more. Undoubtedly, writing can improve the functioning of the thinking system. It enables us to analyze and examine a line of thought separately and make better decisions for our lives. In addition, Writing causes us to look at our issues and thoughts from above. We know that when we have a problem, if we see that problem, we can analyze it much better and solve it better. Because among all our senses, the sense of sight is the most helpful for making decisions and solving problems. For solving a problem, we need to see it in order to analyze it. So, through seeing and with the help of our mind, we can achieve a better understanding of the subject. Then, we can find the best solution for that problem. We must accept that in the mind, information is like the threads of a tangled coil, and separating a thread and its related information and analyzing and getting the best the decision is very difficult. So we have to write. By now, we should have concluded that writing is a tool through which we can think better, make better decisions, and live better, and this is truly remarkable. But there is a question about writing that needs to be answered. How should we write? One of the main benefits of writing is that it allows us to focus on a topic. So, when we want to write, we should focus on a subject that is in our mind and write all the information related to that subject. If we think that we still do not have enough information about that subject, it is better to get all the necessary information about that subject by reading books, articles, or see videos related to that topic, get all the information we need. Now we can start writing the answers. We can use methods like brainstorming to find more creative answers. Another help that writing gives us is related to others. There are times in life when our knowledge and awareness are not enough to answer some of the questions. At these times, we visit our relatives and friends to ask them our questions and get answers. Writing also helps in this thread. We just need to share the information we have obtained through writing and the decisions and answers we have reached so that they can help us better do. We are well aware that after failing in life, we must endure a great deal of suffering. Resisting against this suffering is very difficult. At this time, empathizing with others is one of the best solutions we have. It is true that it is one of the best options, but usually some people share every little issue with others due to lack of self-knowledge, lack of self-confidence, or too much dependence on others. This is a weakness. And this weakness is due to not having sufficient self-awareness of our abilities and weaknesses. A person who doesn't know themselves well usually can't rely on themselves to solve life's problems. For this reason, we need to communicate more with ourselves. Writing helps us gain more awareness about ourselves, the thoughts we have, things we like, and things we dislike. By doing so, we can have a stronger personality and manage our lives based on our own character. Writing was what made my life forever be transformed. It made me look at my strengths and weaknesses. It made me look at my problems from above and be more in tune with my thinking system and be able to grow. Now that I'm writing, my answers to the questions and challenges in my life have become much better and more logical. Now I know when I am sad, I have a problem, and when there is no hope to continue. How should I go back to life? By writing, I can make better decisions to solve my life's problems. So if we want to think better, understand our problems better, and make better decisions, we need to start writing. So write to discover and progress by writing. Now let's review together the topics we learned in this video within the mind map. We need to review the thoughts in our minds on a daily or at least weekly basis in order to achieve peace and make good decisions. In this way, we can make the necessary decisions and categorize the thoughts in our minds systematically. Because in the mind, due to the presence of other thoughts, we cannot focus well on one thought. Therefore, writing allows us to write only about that thought and focus on it. So we separate a line of thought and independently write all the information related to it. We find the information we need about it and the best we make decisions. Therefore, writing has many benefits, including making the mind quieter and more orderly and reaching peace. It makes us analyze a problem better and make better decisions to solve that problem, something that is not really possible in the mind. So if we humans want to have a better life, we must write. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.